Hi, welcome to the Creabea Knitting podcast. My name is Rebecca and this is part 1 of knitting around New Zealand. So it is currently just after 9 AM on Thursday the 21st, I think, of March. We landed 5 hours ago and we had quick showers, a little nap, and now we're getting ready to leave and go do some exploring for the day. I think jet lag will hit later, but like Taylor Swift said, jet lag is a choice. That's the vibe I'm trying to channel today. I didn't think I'd have any footage until later this week, but we're gonna go to a yarn shop. We're gonna go to Lupine Wool Company. It is a little while from here, it's like almost 3 miles away, and we're gonna head over there and enjoy, see what they have to offer. It is glorious. I am a sun-deprived Scot. Hello, a little dog has just joined me. Hi, hello, hi, you're so cute. So there's a dog. Called Queenie, maybe spelled funny, Kuini. Very cute dog. You wanna come on? Are you allowed to come on? Okay. I wear my toasted tee in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk held double, which I have not been able to wear since I finished it, but it is glorious today. It is technically autumn, the tail end of summer, into autumn in New Zealand, and it's going to get up to like 23 degrees Celsius. So yeah, we have a family dinner and a family lunch. We might get a nap in this afternoon, but our priority now is go find some coffee and go find some yarn. So I'm going to bring you along with me and yeah, let's see. From the future coming to you. I have just sat down to start editing the videos and realised I didn't include any information on the yarn that I picked up when we were at Lupine in Christchurch. So I got 2 skeins of yarn. It is this blend called a Huru and it's from Happy Go Knitting. They had a couple of blends. They had this one and then they also had one with a native sheep breed. This one is 8 ply. It is approximately 238 meters per 100 grams, so that to me is like a mid to lightweight DK. It is in this colour called Custard Apple, and it is Merino Possum. Now, since buying this, I think like possum is a little bit questionable. Possums are a pest in New Zealand, and so there are too many of them, and so they have to be culled because they're quite damaging to the environment. However, the way that they're culled is not always good. I didn't really know this before I came, which is no excuse for doing that, but I bought some at the start of the trip. I've not bought any since, and I decided I'll have it, I'll try it, and people can make up their own mind as to whether what they think about possum. So the colour is beautiful. It's obviously a darker base. It's 80% merino, 20% possum. It's a darker base. It is incredibly soft. I think the possum feels a bit like an Angora or like a cashmere, along with that merino, which is superbly soft. And yeah, it's this kind of like green yellow golden olive colour. My original plan was to make a Sophie scarf, but I think actually I've seen quite a lot of very fun little like smaller scarves that are kind of Sophie style but with interesting patterning, and I think I'd like to do that. I'm thinking maybe a lauder scarf with some cabling or something completely new, but it's gonna go into stash. I've got no urgent plans for it, and yeah, a couple of skeins. So that's my very first yarn shopping. I managed to go within 7 hours of landing, which I thought was quite impressive, and it was $50 a skein, which is about £25. So yeah, for hand-dyed yarn, it's pretty much the same as I pay in the UK. We spent one full day in Auckland, meeting some of Sam's family for lunch and then some more of them for dinner. We didn't plan on spending a whole lot of time here, but I would definitely have more time in Auckland and more time in general on the North Island on our next trip. It felt like we barely scratched the surface for what Auckland had to offer, but I really enjoyed the brief time we spent in the city. The next morning, we headed out of the city and drove south to New Plymouth. This is where Sam's parents have lived since he moved back to New Zealand 2 years ago. The drive wasn't too long, about 4.5 hours, which I spent looking out of a window and knitting. I'm working here on my Myrtle vest, a pattern coming out in the next edition of the Journal of Scottish Yarns. I'm using Kinross 4-ply held double, and at this point I'm just working away on the body, which is plain stockinette, but it has some fun twists and some colour work. The drive took us through a lot of smaller towns, and we stopped once or twice at a dairy, New Zealand's name for a corner shop or a small supermarket, for drinks and for snacks. But definitely the best stop in our drive was at a fresh fruit farm for some vegan ice cream. Good morning from New Plymouth. It is Saturday morning here. We landed on Thursday morning, so it is our third day, and it's a kind of quiet day today. We're staying at Sam's parents last night and tonight. They're based in New Plymouth, so we're going to do some wandering. Yesterday was the car day, so I just got some knitting done on my Myrtle vest. I am noticing I have no desire to knit anything other than stockinette projects, so I'm not sure if my lace Sanna cardigan will get much work. But that is okay. I've got plenty of stockinette with me. I'm sitting here in front of a feijoa tree, which I had never had a feijoa before. There's one on the floor. That's what they look like. They're super tasty. They taste kind of a bit like a kiwi cross with a melon, in my opinion. And Sam's dad is currently making some feijoa jam, which should be nice. I'm wearing my uniform for the last 2 days, which is a white t-shirt and my Leith cardigan. It gets kind of warm in the afternoon, like 19, 20, but it's definitely still kind of chilly in the air, so it's nice having like cozy layer and my Junction Mill hat. Jet lag is kicking my butt a little bit, so hopefully today, I'm feeling way better today than I have the last few days, so hopefully that will keep up. And yeah, I sat down this morning and did all the prep for the Lauder pattern release. So Lauder is now live. I meant to film it. I told myself like before, even like last night, oh, I'll film while I'm doing all the pattern work this morning, and then I completely forgot, and I was just so singularly focused on getting all the pattern stuff done, and it was like 6 AM, so I just stayed cozy in my pyjamas, had some tea, and got all the pattern stuff done. So that is also live. So that was my only like big piece of work I had to do whilst I was here, and I'm glad it's done. And it's done early in the trip, but it's done more at Sam's parents, so I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, that is all. It's a pretty grey, cloudy day today. We are going to walk around New Plymouth. We might go on a hike this afternoon, and then tomorrow we head to Wellington. That's all for me. We had one full day in New Plymouth, and the goal was that it would be a rest day to get some sleep and beat the jet lag, but we ended up out and wandering the city pretty early. We caught a local cricket game in action and stopped to watch for a while, before heading over to Pukekohe Park, a man-made park with incredible scenery, lots of wildlife, open spaces, a beautiful pond, some waterfalls, and of course we had to make sure we stopped for some coffee, some local food, and hit the beach. This part of the coastline is particularly popular with surfers. We had some pretty beautiful weather on our entire trip, but especially here on the North Island, it was still quite warm with a gentle breeze. I got a lot of wear out of my Leith cardigan, and when it got too hot, I just took it off, folded it up, and carried it around in my bag. We are off on a road trip. We are going to Wellington from New Plymouth. It's about 4.5 hours, I think, but we're stopping on the way at Wanganui, which is where Sam's grandmother lives. So hopefully a scenic journey, some knitting time. I've not had a whole lot of knitting time actually in the car. The car has been the only place. So I'm looking forward to some knitting, and the drive down from Wellington to New Plymouth, from Auckland to New Plymouth was pretty cool. It was nice, like it was really scenic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it today. Yeah, but 4 hours in the car, it's glorious weather outside, so I kind of want to just be in the sun because I'm sun deprived after a winter in Scotland. But yeah, it should be nice knitting, chilling out. I go for a nap on the second half of the journey, and then we're going to a rooftop bar in Wellington tonight that serves champagne and vegan tapas, which should be cool. And then we've got a couple of days in Wellington, and I'm hoping in Wellington, actually tonight, I'm going to block my newest Tolsta so that I can hopefully wear it before we leave. We've not quite had long enough in one place to get anything blocked, but I'm hoping Wellington will be the answer. So yeah, just me waiting in the car. Everyone's just getting packed up. Got a big bag of knitting, got a Diet Coke. We've just been for breakfast and it was so good. And yeah, a couple hours in the car. I'm editing this video on our last full day in New Zealand, and it's really funny to look back at the footage and see how amazed I was with the green spaces and the scenery, especially because our most recent week on the South Island was so much more epic than this. I think I've hit my capacity with beautiful views, and everything is going to look a bit drab and boring back home when there's not an incredible mountain range, a glistening lake, or a sparkling sea view around every single bend. On this journey, I also got going on my Sanna cardigan long sleeve version. I'd hoped to work on this on the plane, but it took about 10 minutes of concentrated thought to get involved with it, and I just didn't have the brain space for that whilst we were flying. So I started on this journey. I am knitting in Cascade 220 in the colour Twilight Blue. From Wellington. We got here last night and had dinner, and it's pretty early. I think it's not even quite 7 AM, and we came for a walk and a coffee because that glowing light on my face is this amazing sunrise. My camera is not going to do it justice. Not at all. Oh, it's a shame. I'll try and take a video in a second. It is like orange and pink. It's reflecting off my face, the colours I can see in the sky, but you obviously can't see that. I'm wearing my Lauder, which I didn't think I'd get as much wear out of, but it's the perfect, like it's quite cold in the mornings and the evenings and not at all during the day, so having this in the mornings is super nice. Today we're exploring Wellington. We are going to do the cable car, which is like somewhere over there. And we're going to get some coffee. No yarn shops. There aren't any yarn shops really in Wellington. There is a craft book shop, so we're going to go to the craft book shop later today, drink lots of coffee, have some hopefully nice vegan food. We had some really good vegan food last night. And yeah, I really am enjoying our touristy city days. today is one of those. And then tomorrow we are getting on a ferry, yeah, from over there. And we get the ferry over to Picton and then we go on a train to Christchurch. It's like a whole day of travel, but I'm super excited. But let me see if I can capture this sunrise a little bit better. Oh yeah. We spent our day in Wellington being classic tourists. We visited the famous, but at this point very dry, Wellington Fountain, and we took the cable car up out of the city to the local suburb, Kilburn. The journey takes about 5 minutes, but the views from the top were epic. We spent some time walking around the parks at the top, enjoying the stunning weather, and just relaxing. I bought a book called The Curse of the Boyfriend Sweater. People who craft know things. They know how to transform piles of yarn into sweaters and scarves. They know that some items, like a woolen bikini top, is better left unknit. They know that making a hat for a newborn baby isn't just about crafting something small, but appreciating the beginnings of life, which sometimes help make peace with endings. They know that if you knit your boyfriend a sweater, your relationship will most likely be over before the last stitch. It's a collection of short stories, I guess, and essays about crafting, almost exclusively about knitting, I think. And I'm really excited. So yeah, there are a couple of casting on, not just for grandmas, frogging or how to start over, the best places to knit ranked. Okay, so here's why summer is the best time for knitting. So I don't usually buy a big Kindle reader, so I don't usually buy physical books, but I just thought we're getting the ferry tomorrow and just sitting with the ferry, with my book, I thought it'd be really nice. So I'm excited, and it's just like the most amazing, I mean it's autumnal weather for New Zealand, but it feels to me like spring because I walk about winter. It's just such nice weather. I just want to sit somewhere in like a sunny, breezy spot. It's very breezy. And I'm on the top of a big hill in Wellington right now. In the afternoon, we visited Te Papa, which is the National Museum of New Zealand. Wellington is the capital, even though it's not the biggest city. It's where the political Parliament House is. The museum was pretty epic. We did not see all of it, but some of the things I particularly enjoyed were these insanely well-crafted eel nets and some really beautiful installations about colour and about texture. Hello, sorry, I just took a shower so my hair is still very wet. It is Monday evening. We are in, sorry I just dropped some stitches, I realised I should pick them up before I press record. We are in Wellington and it's our last night in Wellington. We go to Christchurch tomorrow pretty early and we're gonna go out for some dinner, go for a cocktail, go for some dinner. We are both pretty tired. We are, for the most part, like past the jet lag, but waking up at like 5:30, 6 a.m. and normally I sleep until like 7:30, so it means that I don't have much energy when it gets to the evenings anymore, or at the moment. So I think in Christchurch we'll try and sleep in a little bit and try and extend our sleep time like into the day a bit more. We've been walking loads. Wellington is really nice, a bit more like gritty and a bit like rougher around the edges and a bit quite dynamic and very arty. The centre of Wellington is really easy to walk around, so like everywhere we went to today we could walk to, which was really nice. And we went for a really good coffee, a really good breakfast, we went to a museum, we went up on the funicular, the cable car, we went to a brewery. Yeah, so all in all, like really wholesome, lovely day. Sal's parents have left, they're going back to where they live and we are going on without them for a couple of days and we'll meet up with them on Friday, so not that far away. I thought I'd show you my knitting. So I've been working a lot on this. I can see I'm rolling out more on camera than I can with my own eyes. Oh, it's really quite bad on camera, but I really can't see it very much with my eyes. Interesting. I'm halfway through a row. This is the Myrtle vest. It is a pattern coming out in a Journal of Scottish Yarns pretty soon. They did I think I saw on Instagram they did the photography for it recently, maybe this weekend, which is quite exciting. It's coming out I think early May, so still maybe 6 weeks to go. And yeah, the body is pretty much just all colour work, sorry, all stockinette. So that is my stockinette project. I wanted to cast on my other toaster, but I've told myself I can't do that until this is further along, so that is totally fine. I got a little bit of progress out of my Sanna cardigan, my lace cardigan. I think that will be a big plan for tomorrow. But for yeah, it's just been like a row or two here or there. I've not done a whole lot of knitting, been pretty tired. But yeah, definitely some. And I sat down today when we got in from our big day and did like 40 minutes of planning for Christchurch, and there are 2 yarn shops in Christchurch, so I am excited. We'll be going to both of them, I hope. That's the plan. And I just realised I should check where I think we're not going to get, there's a mill as well, but I think we're not going to get there with our timings, but I should double check that one. So yeah, that is about it. I think tomorrow will be a knitting heavy day. We've got 4 hours in the ferry, 4 hours on the train. My plan is just to read and to knit and to chill. We bought loads of tasty snacks today and I'm just gonna enjoy. But for now, off for a cocktail, off for some dinner, and then time for some sleep. So whilst we were in Wellington, I blocked my toaster that I cast on and knit on the plane, and I dropped a stitch. I dropped like most of a stitch. It's got like a multiply, and so I dropped all but one strand. So I think I'm just gonna use extra yarn and sew it up, but I'm so annoyed. It looks so stupid and ugly. It's mostly dry, but like 95% dry, so I'm going to pack it now. We're getting packed up and heading to go. But, so annoying. I don't want to put it on before it's ready because I think the drop spell stretches quite a lot when it's still damp, so I want it to be fully dry. So I'm just going to pack it up and forget about it, and then maybe in Christchurch I will fix it. Maybe. So annoying. Good morning from windy Wellington. We are getting the ferry today. We are leaving the North Island and going to the South Island. I'm excited. The forecast is pretty terrible. It is gale force winds outside and very rough sea state. So I have to remind myself I am in fact a boat owner. I'm a sailor. I can handle big seas. But also I'm worried I'm going to feel sick all day. I thought I would just show you what I'm taking to occupy myself. It's 4 hours on the ferry, 4 hours on the train. First up, I've got my newest book, which I've not started yet, The Curse of the Boyfriend Sweater. I want to read at least a couple of these, I think, today. But I don't want to rush through it, you know, it's like it's like small, independent, not independent, standalone essays. So I don't want to read them too quickly. I was on the fence about packing the colourwork portion for my Myrtle vest, which I showed you yesterday, it's inside. But I decided not to bother and just to pack the stockinette and see how far we get. And then what I'd like to make progress on today, oh god, I have a single skein of drop spell that I do not need anymore. But I need enough to be able to mend the hole in it, so I can't throw it away. Is my Sanna cardigan, which looks like this. Oh, that's really bad lighting. Really can't see much at all. So I've done the cast on, the ribbing, and one stitch repeat. And last time I didn't use these stitch markers, I just tried to keep track of things, and this time I was like, nope. In the pattern I wrote it to just work within stitch markers, so you're always working between stitch markers. So I'm doing it for the second sample as well. So that's it. Time for, what is it? It's 20 to 7 in the morning. We are getting an Uber to the ferry station at 7:15, and before that there's a coffee shop across the road that opens at 7, so we're gonna rush for coffee. Hopefully get up before 7:15, and then get in our Uber. And Sam's had a rough night. I think he ate some bad blueberries yesterday because everything else we ate together, and I feel completely fine. So I'm hoping he feels better, but also, to be honest, if he's sick on the ferry, everyone will just think he's seasick, so it's not the end of the world. I think this will almost be the end of this video. I need to work out, I'll check today to see how much footage I have. I was either going to split it into week 1 and week 2, or North Island, South Island. So if it's North Island, South Island, then today will be the last video, or the last day of videos, and if not, it will be another couple of days. It's only Tuesday, and we have tomorrow as well. So I should work that out today and see if I need to film a little wrap up. Okay, I'm gonna go take all my stuff, take our little bougie picnic. We went to a vegan supermarket, a supermarket with loads of vegan stuff, and we bought such bougie picnic food, and we have leftover vegan pizza, so I'm excited. We thought it would be really hard, side note, we thought it would be really hard to get vegan food here. It is not. It is fine. It is great. It is better than like a small town in the UK. So yeah, maybe not. We live in a capital city. Wellington is also a capital, but a smaller one. There may be a couple more vegan options in Edinburgh and a couple of like dedicated shops, but Sam's vegan. I've had some eggs and some cheese, but Sam's eating vegan and he's eating totally fine and pretty good. Had some good food, so pleasant surprise. Okay, pack all my stuff away again into my trusty bag and go get on a boat that's hopefully not gonna feel like hell. We'll see. Currently on the Cook Strait, in between the North Island and the South Island, and I don't know how well it is, but that is the North Island where we've just left, and this is the South Island. So we're now going to go through the Marlborough Straits, which is like a set of inlets, and yeah, it's going to look really cool, I think. So we've come outside for that. and then we'll arrive at Picton, where apparently there's a very good cheese toastie waiting. So, yeah, fun stuff.